So I recently got off Instagram, YouTube, and all social media. Really, that's like the only two that I had. But before, like a long time ago, I had TikTok, and I mean, TikTok is useless. I think it's like the worst app ever made. But yeah, so I mean, I definitely I knew to get off TikTok, but Insta and YouTube are a little harder to get off. Instagram because you know so many like every friend that I have is on Insta and everybody texts you by default on Insta because everybody assumes that you're just gonna answer because it's Instagram, and it's also like it's annoying to get off of it because then you have to tell a bunch of people that you're getting off. So like you have to tell them like, yo, text my number instead. And then some people you forget, and then they'll send you a message, and then they'll get mad at you for being like, oh, why didn't you respond? So it's like a whole thing. It's just like a pain in the ass to deal with. But yeah, I'm happy that because I did it like a long time ago, but then I started back again, and I guess now I'm just tired of Instagram. Like when you imagine you think the grass is greener on the other side. Well, don't forget why you stopped in the first place. I feel like that's a lesson that a lot of us should follow. If you stop doing something and you get the urge to do it again, remember why you stopped doing that in the first place. I think that's a very, very valuable lesson. But anyways, yeah, Insta is pretty hard to get off of, and YouTube as well because I used to enjoy watching YouTube when I'm eating, and I still do. Like I'll put it on my computer. I think the like you don't have to stop every social media permanently. Like I just don't have it on my phone. I don't use Insta at all, and sometimes I'll watch a YouTube video if I'm eating just for fun. Like I'll go revisit an old YouTuber. But I mean the state of YouTube right now is really something that it's hard for me to comment about it, especially because of how young my YouTube channel is and how like newbie I am in my YouTube career that I don't even I mean I fucking record videos on my PS5 and I just upload it on YouTube. Like I'm in no place to criticize the state of YouTube, but I also think that my videos come from a like genuine place. I'm not just pumping out AI slop videos, to get like or like there's channels that like go clip. When you're scrolling through YouTube Shorts and you see like the same Joe Rogan clip for the 1500th time, or like that kind of stuff. It's because of those AI clip channels or those because that's all they do. They just reclip the same fucking videos over and over, and you just end up seeing them again and again, and it'll make you laugh, and then you'll forget about it 10 seconds later because you're watching the next one. And I mean, the whole like, um, short form content. I mean, that's been said and said again how really bad it is for your brain and how like horrible it is that all these companies are becoming like all these social media companies are just pushing that shit again and again and again. And it like the difference from Insta in 2024 to now is really really sickening. And I think for me, it's hard to grow a YouTube channel because of how how much people are into that short form content. Like not a lot of people are able to watch something for more than 5 minutes now. It's become like a task for them, and it's very very sad to see people have such a short attention span when pre-COVID it was nothing. It wasn't even like an issue, and now you have uh, I think it was the last season of Stranger Things that was written, like the writers got like a memo that they had to write the show like with the characters explaining everything about the plot because then like the audiences are often on their phones while watching a show or a movie, so they wouldn't understand. Like that's what people do now. They watch a show or they watch something, but then they're on their phone. Like I mean, I've certainly been guilty of doing that in the past, but I don't do that anymore. I'm very happy I've fixed my attention span. But no, it's very, very, very sad to see. Like I'll even catch my father when we watch like a football match or something, and he's on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? We're supposed to watch this shit together, and you're on your phone watching like YouTube Shorts or whatever the fuck. Like, you need to lock in. And yeah, I feel like that's a really big part of the problem, and it's YouTube. Like, I'm not gonna get into growing a YouTube channel because I just do this shit for fun, and like I'm very like I know I'm not I'm trying not to look too much at the numbers, but like I'm nearing 400 views total on my channel, and that's like fucking crazy to me. I got 14 subscribers. Like I never thought I thought I would have like one subscriber or like zero subscribers at 2 months in, and it's just crazy to see like growth and people actually watch this and like the videos and comment and like that. I really like when you guys do that shit. I know it's like for you guys and even in general, like it is just numbers and like buttons, but like to see likes and to see the number of likes and the number of views and you guys actually enjoying the content, it genuinely means a lot and it makes me want to do it more, you know. So I just appreciate everybody that subbed and likes, and if you don't want to, that's fine. I have nothing against that because I don't always like or subscribe to other people's channels. But yeah, man, if you do that shit, it means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, to back to what I was saying, YouTube is very very different now to what it was before. And part of the reason that is because all the like OG YouTubers are gone. Like you look at like Dan TDM. I grew up watching Dan TDM. He's a father now. He has two kids, and sometimes he posts. Sometimes he doesn't. You know, most of the time he's enjoying time with his family, and it's happy. Like it makes me genuinely happy to see a guy that made my childhood have a family. Like that shit really makes me happy. So I can't even get mad at him. And then there's other YouTubers that end up, in controversies and like like I was a big fan. Like this is something that really I don't think I've ever talked about it, but I was like a really big fan of Cody Ko and Noel Miller. I used to love their That's Cringe videos and their Steamy Tweets videos. I mean, I still watch them to this day, even though I hate Cody for what he did to Tana. I'll never forgive him, and I always will hate him. And I had to unfortunately, you know, stop watching him. But it still hurts. Same thing with KSI. I mean, it's not as bad as what Cody Ko did, but it just hurts to see these guys that you grew up watching do that kind of shit. And I'm not even gonna talk about all the Minecraft YouTubers and all that shit. I'm not even gonna go into that because it's a very fucked up thing that a lot of these used to, it's just sad to see, man. Like all these YouTubers fall into that kind of shit. Like I remember seeing popular MMOs when he tried to get sober and then he fell back. It was just a really sad fucking situation. And all those Minecraft YouTubers that like touched kids and shit. It's very very sickening to see. Um, but yeah, man, I just YouTube really changed now. They always push more and more shorts and more slop content, and it's just getting annoying. And I don't know, but I am happy to see uh like a rise of those like really funny or really relatable. Like one of my favorite YouTubers is Yankee, Yanky, I think. I think that's how. But anyways, it's the one with like the little purple guy from the little purple Pokemon with the red eyes. I don't know what his name is, but that's his like channel avatar thingy. And that guy is like he's right now he's my favorite YouTuber, bro. I love him so much, and he's just a really like genuine good dude, and I can relate a lot to his content. So seeing him, it gives me hope. He's one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel. And yeah, man, it's just a big inspiration to me. Um, but no, other than YouTube though, I think Instagram is really bad because of all like the political content that's being pushed. Same thing with YouTube. Like I think obviously it's good to have to because back in the day kids didn't know shit about politics. They didn't know what like who did what or whatever. So like I understand the sense of like, oh, at least now kids are aware. They're way more aware than they were before with like who, like, who's who has this or that policies. But I feel like it's also a double-edged sword because, or a double-edged knife or whatever. I don't know what the expression is. It's one of those two. It's a double-edged something, but because you have people pushing their political content onto kids and trying to brainwash them, like what Andrew Tate, Sneeko, Clav, all these guys, what all these guys are doing. As good as the good can be, you have to also worry about how bad the bad can be, and you have to see, this is not just, kids with unlimited, unrestricted internet access. This is adults that are going to grow up one day with these ideals in mind, and it's very worrying to see, you know, uh, and that's just Instagram and YouTube. That's not even talking about Twitter and Reddit and Kick. I mean, I can make a whole video about that shit. I'm gonna try to keep it, pretty short here, but I mean, it's very, very worrying what's happening with these streamers. You got, I mean, these kids looking up to Neon and fucking Adrian Bromer and all, like what the fuck, man? What is going on with these people? Like, or like Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross. It's just like, it's just sad. It's dystopian to see these people. It's the same thing when Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all those guys were like the kings of YouTube. It's the same shit. It's just that now it's like even worse. Because, oh no, actually it's not worse. No. I don't think Ada Ross would ever fucking show like a dead body in Japan or whatever, like in a forest. I don't think Aiden Ross would do that. But anyways, um yeah, no, I just think that they're just reincarnations of what Logan Paul and Jake Paul were back in like the 2017. It's just really, really disgusting to see, and I don't know how there's not like laws on that shit to like prevent kids from seeing it. I understand that you can't monitor everything. There's some parents that don't give a fuck about what their kids watch and they just let the internet raise their kid, which is very sad situations. I'm very, it's really fucked up that some parents really just don't care about their kids, so they just let them watch whatever they want. But it is genuinely worrying to see a lot, and that's without even talking about like all the negative shit that comes from social media, like because you start comparing yourself to them. Like I've been in situations where I'm looking at me, like I go to the gym a lot, and I'm serious about what I eat and my nutrition and that kind of shit. So seeing uh, these like huge juiced up, buffed up dudes where they have like the perfect lighting and like they just got done with like a pump, like they're all pumped up, and it's hard not to compare yourself to them and be like, damn, I wish I was on the steroids too. But no, it's important. Or like, you see somebody cook really good food and you're like, damn, why can't I cook like that? It's easy to compare yourself and say like, oh, I'm doing nothing. Like I'm not getting anywhere in life. And when you see a billionaire son buy his first car or whatever the fuck, and it's like a Mercedes or whatever, it's hard not to compare yourself to other people. But I don't know. I feel like, damn, this video is sounding a bit too much like Yankees. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I shouldn't. I'm sorry, by the way, if some of these talking points sound the same. It's really not intentional. Okay, I'm starting to, because I watched his video about social media like a month ago, I think, and I'm starting to realize I'm talking a bit too much, like a bit too similar to his talking points. So I won't go further on that. I don't want to steal people's points and whatever. But no, anyways, with that in mind, I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, don't forget to just, live your life and don't give a fuck. Like, just don't care about what you see. And honestly, if you just decide to delete your socials and, take a break, it's okay. It's the healthy thing to do. It's what everybody should do, honestly. I don't think social media should exist, but at the same time, there's a lot of good people that I've seen, and a lot of like really cool YouTubers that I've seen. So I don't know. Maybe the pros outweigh the cons. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. And take care of yourself, and yeah, peace.